All right.
Good morning. Here with Filipino boxing star Mercito Gesta. I know you, even though there's no boxing going on right now, you've been pretty busy giving back to the community, especially to the frontline workers. If you could kind of just give me some of the details, how did this came about, and how were you able to get this done?
Yes, actually, one of my team, his name is Neil Makasaria. He's my team advisor. He came up to a plan about this, and since his wife works in the medical field, I was thinking, oh yes, of course. Knowing what's going on right now, especially with the nurses and doctor, how hard it is, especially in New York, and it's really hard for them too. So it's just one way to give back and make them feel that they're appreciated. And so that's why we came up with this plan and give back. So it's not as big, this is not big, but as long as it makes them smile and make them feel that we appreciate them. So that's why it came out, and
Definitely,
we
definitely.
did
Well,
this.
yeah, no, we thank you for the boxing community. Obviously, it's not easy to do. The fact that you were able to pull it off, and just whoever's watching this, if they want to reach out to you or anyone else in the boxing community, how can they be part of this process?
Yes, well, they can be part of this process. They simply just message me on my uh, direct message me on my Instagram at the real Hesta, and we can come up to a plan and we can work it out. Some ideas if they want to be part of it, and to help, especially with this thing right now, this pandemic going on, and we want everyone to unite, but to be safe as well, and also to encourage and help our first responders, and give them hope. Like one time that I was there when I was giving back, and show to them, this one doctor even kind of like got teared eye, saying that because of this thing going on, it was kind of like stressful, and for me going there make them smile, and I want that. I like that because that's one way to um, make them feel that we appreciate them of all the work that they've done, and that we're here for them.
Yeah, definitely. Well, definitely the world, kind of got flipped upside down. We hope that things get better as, the weeks and months go along. But kind of going back to the boxing world, Golden Boy kind of set out news that maybe July 4th could be coming back. Have they reached out to you, and do you know if you're going to be part of that card if it takes place in July 4th?
No, I haven't yet, but I've seen it online, and I'm training and preparing if in case I'll be there. And if July comes, I'll be ready for that. I've been training with my team, even though it's a video call, doing our
Yeah,
strength conditioning. I know there's a little limit. There's a limit of things that we can do, but you can do a lot of stuff. You can still be fit without the gym. It's a little different because there's no sparring. But when the time comes that you can go to the gym when it's open, at least you already did the base, be in
definitely.
condition, and then we go there, just do sharpening your technique, your style, and it's gonna be ready to go. Like I've said, if July comes and I'll be part of it, I'll be ready. I'll be ready for
Definitely,
that.
definitely. Well, the last time we saw you in the ring, I believe it was in November 14 against Carlos Morales. Everyone in the ringside media had you winning, even though it ended early because of the headbutts. Uh, is that do you kind of look for that fight to maybe get a rematch, a tiebreaker, or do you kind of say your stone, your goal to face the other guys at the 135-pound division within Golden Boy? Linares, a potential rematch again, or Ryan Garcia, who seems to be pretty much calling everybody out.
Yeah, those are good names. Those are good names. And for me, that fight happened. It was a draw. Uh, it is what it is. We go forward, and it was a good fight. People saw it. They enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward for a big one, and hopefully with the big names over there. And I enjoy the sport. I love this. I that's my passion. So like I've said, the Golden Boy, they haven't reached from me, but not to me, but I'm thinking about, I'll be ready if that time comes. This is
Yeah,
my job. This is what I do. So
definitely.
anytime.
Well, you always put up a great show, win, lose, or draw. You're always an attraction at the gate. You mentioned, those names at the 135-pound division. Do you ever figure maybe trying to squeeze down to 130? It's also a stack division, or maybe move up to 140 pounds and pay, another, name with Golden Boy, maybe like a Pablo Cesar Cano or someone in that class.
That's a good point. The last fight against Carlos Morales, I was actually underweight. I was
133, right? I believe.
I think it was 133.
Yeah.
Yes. And they reached out to me. If you want to go to 130, it could be, since it's kind of like 3 more pounds. If you can get it and you feel strong, you'll be stronger at 130. And I'm thinking, maybe I can, maybe I would say, but I talked to my team and we're thinking, yeah, I'll just stay here. So, I think I'm just comfortable being in this
Definitely,
weight.
definitely. Yeah, if you could get those big fights at 135, then there's not much of a point to go down
and
130.
there are big names as well too at 135. Yeah. And well, who knows? Maybe someday, but right now I'm comfortable, and I want to stay at 135 right now.
Yeah, definitely. Now, if I could get your thoughts, I don't know if you've seen the social media beef going on between, Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, Ryan Garcia in the mix, now Abner Mares, Linares. Do you think that's good for boxing that, these young guys are calling out, big names?
I think it's good to make noise. People get excited. The fans, especially with the fans, because if there's no fans, of course, it's not going to be boxing. That's why it's here. It's also business, and it's good that there's multiple good fighters in this weight division, because if there's only one, in fighting with someone that has no name or not really as great, it can't make that big spark. So this division has a lot of good names and big names, and both big names can collide. It can make a spark, and people will love it, and fans will love it, and it's good for the boxing community. And what they're doing right now, probably for also for the media, to make people get excited. It's great, and that's one of the reasons I want to stay here. And I'm not a smack talker. I don't know how to really wanna say stuff. For me, I do my talking in the ring. I do my my skill. That's how I show my my talking.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you shown that through your career. You do not want to be going on social media or starting beefs. Having faced Linares, going the distance with them, giving him a pretty tough fight. He was the only fighter who actually was able to drop Lomachenko at 135 pounds. I know before in the past you said that was also a goal for you to face Lomachenko. But right now, when you look at the lightweight division, do you think Lomachenko is the best fighter outside of you?
I'd say yes. He's one of the best. And I was looking at Teofimo Lopez as well. He can move kind of a little Lomachenko. So I would say Lomachenko, him, and Garcia. I say he's one too. He's just young right now, and I don't know how he will handle when he goes to a longer run with someone that can take his power, can take his movement, and that's the only question about that. But there's a couple of fighters, and one of the, like I said, Teofimo, I was looking at him, and like he was good and strong, and I would say those two, and upcoming Garcia, and Haney as well. I've seen Haney. There's a couple of fights, but style makes fights. Sometimes you are so good, but then if you match with this guy that can match your style, it could be different. So it's really like kind of like puzzling. Like how come you're doing so good, but this guy is not that great as you, but he can beat you. Like the old fighters before, like Hugler and the Noma's what's his name?
Duran.
Yeah, one can beat this guy and the guy can beat so it's kind of like that. Styles makes fight, and it makes it interesting.
Yeah, especially when you say styles makes fights. I recall Oscar De La Hoya, being amazed that Eric Morales was able to beat Manny Pacquiao, and vice versa. Manny Pacquiao put a beating on Oscar De La Hoya in his last fight. It was like, how can this little guy was able to beat a great Manny Pacquiao, but I wasn't able to do that. So I mean, he says it as a funny way, but still, like you say, styles make fight. We've seen that style with Carlos Morales when he actually pretty much almost won the fight against Ryan Garcia back maybe 2 years ago. Obviously, Ryan Garcia has gotten better since then. But I know you're in San Diego. Have you sparred Ryan Garcia in the past or any of that nature?
No, I don't. I didn't spar him. I did see him at Wildcard a long time ago, and I think he is setting up for sparring. And that time, he's still kind of like coming up. I don't know him yet until I met him. And he reminded me. Remember, I was there. It's like, oh yeah, that was you. But I haven't sparred him. I haven't sparred Ryan Garcia yet.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Now, moving on to another Filipino legend, it's Manny Pacquiao. A lot of fight fans, especially the Filipino fans, want to see that rematch against Floyd Mayweather if he does come back. As a friend and I would imagine also a fan of Manny Pacquiao, do you think that makes sense for Manny Pacquiao, or do you think maybe he should just, maybe face Conor McGregor, who might be less danger, but it could also be beneficial, or maybe one of the younger guys in Errol Spence or Sean Porter?
Um, I would say, it really depends on like the people that want who they want to see. And for me, of course, Manny, he's one of the best, but you can't really uh, run from the fact that of course age also matter. I would say if it's Mayweather, then maybe go ahead, since Mayweather is also getting there. But I wouldn't recommend him to face younger fighters like Errol Spence. He could probably take them when he was still in his prime and was young. But even though right now, if he's doing good, because his body's different than when he was younger, one hit from this kid, like it's a little maybe double, impact for him because he's
Definitely.
older. And even though he made it all the way to the round, even probably he will win the fight. But the fact that younger kids can heal quicker, and then the older you get, it's a little different. So for me, he made the legacy already. Probably just if it's Mayweather, then maybe just stay there. Maybe
Definitely.
don't stay away from young ones right now. It's not because he's not great. It's just for me as a Filipino, I care of him too.
Yeah,
So for me, it's
definitely.
like that. And he doesn't need wealth or anything. He has money already. Of course, being a fighter, always gonna be a fighter, and he always have the hunger. If I'm in his shoes, I don't know what I'm gonna feel too. Maybe I'll like, yeah, I'm still okay. But right now, I'm thinking, for his, health and everything, just stay, or you know, he could just stop already. He
Yeah.
has a lot of work. He's even a politician in the Philippines. So
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
yeah,
Senator is a full-time job, and obviously, he has aspirations to become the president someday. We see
yeah,
he put up a great show against Keith Thurman at 41 years old. Started early on, was able to drop him in the first round. Eventually, Keith Thurman, the youth kind of took over, and he was able to make it a closer fight. But like you mentioned, it could be a potential dangerous fight, like against Errol Spence instead of
yes.
like a Mayweather. As far as Manny Pacquiao, I think you guys trained at Wildcard at some point together. What kind of advice did you get from Manny?
You know what? We don't really talk as much, but I just his personality is just uh different. Like he is like it's like a energizer bunny, like always hyper. That's the mentality that he has. That's why when he trains hard, works hard, even though he's tired, because his mind thinking that I can still do it, and that one makes him special. And for a person that is like just average, when you think about I'm tired, you already quit. And that's actually what one of the things that I got from him, like like just enjoy what you want. I enjoy it too. So instead of me training hard because I'm thinking about this, what I'm gonna face, I'm gonna train hard. No, I don't put it that way. I put it, I'm enjoying it. I'm gonna enjoy my training. So when it goes to the fight, of course, it's all different. But as long as you enjoy it, you do better when you enjoy what you're doing.
Definitely, definitely. Well, we've seen a
Yeah.
lot of talent coming up from the Philippines. Obviously, Manny Pacquiao at the top. You have Nonito Donaire. You have yourself, Gesta, Arcanjas, Casimiro. Do you know much of the young fighters who are fighting in the Philippines? Do you see like, what, this guy's going to be someone, in 3 years or 5 years? Do you have any names you can share with the Fino boxing audience that we might not be aware?
I would say sure, I forgot. He's about to train right now. I think he's training right now. now he's training under Freddie right now. This Filipino guy. Shoot, I forgot his name. I'm not good with names.
Not Jer, but it's not Jerwin Arcajas, right? The flyweight champion.
I don't know
Okay.
personally Jerwin
Yeah.
Arcajas. There's another one. Who's that? What's the name of that guy? But he's there.
He is with Freddie.
Yeah, he's with Freddie
Okay.
right now, and there's some couple that I know. The only problem in the Philippines is I mean, there's few fighters now coming, but the only problem is they don't have the good management. You know, they don't have the good to bring their potential, make them out. Because some of them over there, of course, a hard life, and they're doing the first couple of fights when they're young, but then because they don't have that much, they don't have the management, the money, so they end up that quit or married so quick. So,
Yeah,
but there's a lot of good fighters. Huh? No, a fighter, Filipino. No, he's a trainer. I was asking my partner.
No worries. Yeah, it's definitely a tough fight.
Oh, no, I remember now. Mark Magsayo.
Mark Marsayo, okay.
Yes.
Do you know what weight class is that?
I think he was 126 or 130.
Okay.
130.
Yeah, featherweight. I'll definitely check him out. Okay.
Yes.
And he's with Freddie Roach now. Okay. Next time we speak with Freddie Roach, I would definitely bring it up and see what he brings to the table from this young Filipino fighter. Mercito, well, thank you so much for the time. It's always a pleasure. We look forward to seeing you back in the ring. Hopefully, if it's not July 4th, once boxing gets back, in full force, and you always put up a great show. So thank you so much. And again, thank you for giving back to, for the first responders and the frontline workers. It truly means a lot from everyone in the boxing world. Thank you.
Of course, man. Thank you. Thank you, too, for this interview.
Definitely. Always a pleasure. Have a nice one.
You too. All right.
Thank you. Bye-bye.